Hi, I'm Jerry Drager, Drager's International Classic Sales in Burlington, Washington. We're here at Drager's Clubhouse and I want to show you this vehicle. And what I have here is a 1951 Chevy. I want to tell you a little bit about it. We don't know if it's a 327 or a 350. Andrew seems to think it's a 350, but the casting number says it could be either one. And we can't read the number on the front of the block very well, so we haven't been able to figure that out. It runs really well, drives good, and it's got disc brakes on the front, power disc brakes on the front, drums on the rear. It's got a 10-bolt rear end in it. It's got a 350 turbo automatic. It's got power steering. So you got all the good stuff, and it drives good. I bought this car locally here, down out of Woodinville, Washington, and which is northeast of Seattle and southeast of us. Anyway, I found it down there, and the guy, he bought it from out of Canada, just across the border from us, but it's got a Alberta VIN tag on it. They've updated the VIN on it, and that's all good because he bought it, transferred it into Washington State. We bought it and we transferred it in our name, so the title's in our name right now. And anyway, I drove it home. The heater works, all the gauges work, the cigarette lighter even works. Does not have a radio in it, and it's just a good, solid truck. I don't remember about rust on this thing. We haven't even had it up on the hoist yet, I don't think, have we?
I don't think so.
No, we haven't even put it up on the hoist yet, so we need to get it up on the hoist to do the underside photos and video also. So we'll know more about it then when we do that. It's got the Krager style wheels on it there, the 5-spoke cast with BF Goodrich tires on it. I mean, you look down this thing, it's pretty damn straight. It's low, it sets low, but it drives down the road just fine. I wouldn't say it's a show truck, but it's a good looking truck. It runs and drives great. I mean, you just look at this thing. It's got a nice painted grille in here. The lights, the turn lights, they all work good. Chrome bumper on the front looks good across there. And I mean, it's not full. There's a mark right here. It's been brush touched. So, and I mean, there's a few little spots here and there, but not a lot. It actually looks pretty damn good. This hood does not open very good or close very good. And Andrew said he's had a new latch ordered for it. He hasn't seen it. Maybe it's not coming. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, I see some imperfections in the paint. Right there, you can see some right there. There's a few little pieces in there where we don't see anything in the way of rust in this truck at all. It all looks good. It's got the little mirror up here on the side here. And of course the running boards look good. They're all painted the silver color. Oh yeah, we got spots right there. Andrew saw them before I did. You can see the door panels in here. I mean, it just looks good and nothing fancy. It's got bucket seats in it. And they tilt forward. Gas tank is right behind the seats there, and they're covered. They've got carpeting over them and stuff. It's got a late model column in it. It's not a tilt column. And we'll show you that when we look at it so you can see the speedometer. It's got new gauges in the thing that have been updated. They all work except the speedometer is stuck at 50 miles an hour. So you're not supposed to go any faster than that, I guess. It's got a B&M shifter in it. They're not my favorite shifter, but once you use them a little bit, you get used to them. And here's the VIN tag. See, if you look at this VIN tag, you can see it's a Canadian Alberta VIN tag on there. And that's perfectly legal and it's all good. This door closes good, okay, not perfect. See, it doesn't work that way. But if I do it this way, I still didn't do it hard enough, I guess. Then it closes good. And it's been filled in down here in the bottom here. So there has been some rust in here. I can feel some roughness right there. And the drain vent is not there. So that's what I was feeling for. But you can see all this, it all looks decent. You can see all the fenders all look good. You know, they all look good. They put this siding on it, looks good. They got it like an oak bed in here. It's not finished, and it could be restained and stuff and look a lot better. They always look good with the chrome strips in them, but we don't have it. It's got a gas can they got in there. I don't know why, but they got it. So it's got a couple interesting things on it. It's got both tail lights on it, which they didn't come with 2 tail lights, so you had to order that one on the other side that way. Of course, it's got dual exhaust on it because it's got headers on it and everything. But these are backup lights, and they work. So you can see this tailgate. It's all good. It comes down just like you would expect. So you can load a motorcycle in the back of this. You can carry these. I want to tell you, I grew up with these trucks. I've had stacks of Harley Davidson motorcycle crates on here, way up in the air, way up there. This thing go around the corner with a little. It would be doing that. Just a truck just like this. 47, 48, 49, 50 Chevy pickup I grew up in. Had my license suspended before I got it. Had to wait 3 months to get it. So, and then I took my driving test in it too, so I used that truck a lot. Used to drive it, take my motorcycle races with it and stuff. There's a little spot right there. So it's got a couple of spots in it. But I mean, this looks good on here. It's got a little pizzazz. It's got eyeball to it. You can just see how it looks in the distance there. Gas cap right here for the gas. Did I tell you the lighter even works? The windows, they roll up and down easy. I mean, that all works good. They work. The other one's the same way. The other one, this rubber here on the other side is bad. It needs to be replaced, and we haven't done anything that way with it. And again, these seats pull ahead, and you can see they covered the gas tank right there. Notice, got seat belts, shoulder harness seat belts, like, I don't know, or across your body. Anyway, they're late model. And again, this door, it closes better than the other door. Anyway, I just want to show you all those things. It's got a little bit of a gap here, and it could fit it maybe a little better up there, but oh, we got a chip right there. Well, there's a couple of little bubbles right. I can feel a couple little things in there. So there's a few little things on it that are not perfect, but I think you'd be real happy with it. Interior is pretty nice in this truck. It's got bucket seats in it, and they tilt ahead. They got headrests, so they're late model seats. I don't know what they came out of. They will tilt ahead right here. You got to hold that. I can't hold that and move the. Here we go. And you can see right there the tank is covered. They both work ahead. The dome light does not work. We tried it. Maybe it just needs a bulb. We didn't mess with that. We just tried to switch in different ways and stuff. Let's start it up for them. So you can see it's got a late model column in it. Fires right off. Also, you can, yeah, that's pretty neat watching that. Turn it off and turn it back on again. So now watch this. This is speedometer. It all lights up. The speedometer on this thing, it's stuck at 50 miles an hour or wherever it is. The rest of the gauges, I mean, these gauges have been updated, and I mean, it runs and drives good. The heater works. It's got a heater right there, and the cigarette lighter works. So they'll pop out, and the glove box right there works good. Ashtray, got an ashtray. Oh, anyway, it'll come out, I'm sure. Look at there, look at that, it glows. So then we have the B&M shifter on here.
And a line lock too. It
oh,
works.
the line lock.
Yep.
Oh, I don't think I ever paid attention to that. So, can you line lock it right now?
Yeah. If I can get it.
I hate, you gotta push down on it when it gets to a certain spot. There you go. So, wow.
Oh, I don't have it in gear. It helps.
Okay. So it only locks the front brakes.
Yep.
Okay, I don't think I ever paid attention to that before. It's got a headliner with a graphics in there. I don't know if you like that or not, but it matches the truck. All that looks good. There's that that strip right there. We might try to see if we can order one for it. I don't know if we'll get it in time. Hard to say sometimes with getting stuff in. Anyway, I think you'll have a good time driving this truck. I drove it home from Woodinville, and it drove home just fine. We're going to start this engine up for you. It's hot now because we just got back from running it down the road, but I wanted to show you a run. You can see it all runs good. See the headers it's got on there. Got the big master cylinder up there. And again, it's got headers down there. And the engine looks good, and of course it's got power steering. So I don't think you'll be unhappy with this engine at all. I'm going to do a cold start on this Chevy right now. It's been sitting here for about 3 days. I might even be longer than that. So I'm going to turn the key on. I'm going to pump the throttle a couple of times. Put my foot on the brake. How's that? Started right away. Go ahead and start it up. We're going to show you the lights. Now, isn't that neat? It's got the park light front as a turn signal there too. So you really get it. Whoop, the horn works good. And the wipers are electric. Let's start it up so they can see the lights. There's brake lights. Turn signals. There's the brake lights, I guess, right there. Oh, and look at there, the backup lights even work. I think I told you that already, but they work just fine. Turn signals, they all work. So the lights all work. The backup lights work on this thing, along with the brake lights. That's kind of neat. I like this truck. It's a driver quality truck. I mean, you got some spots in the paint right there, and a few little things here and there. But you know what? I think it might be a pretty fun truck. I bought it down by Woodinville, Washington, and I drove it home out by Cottage Lake, past Cottage Lake, and I drove it up here to Burlington.
Under this 51 Chevy pickup and show you how nice and clean it is under here. See, it's got dual exhaust coming out the back end. All the wood and the bed's in good shape, nice and solid. A little bit of daylight right there coming through, but I think that's just the shape of the wood. I don't think there's any rot in it, but see all the framework's painted nice and black, same with the rear end. This truck does have a few spots that have been had some Bondo work done on. This first spot is this rear fender on the passenger, or excuse me, driver's side. See, there's some filler in here, and I think there's a little split that was repaired in that fender too, but there's not much to show you. I'll point out all the things that I've found so far. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna find any more because I've gone over it. It's probably my 5th time trying to do this video. I keep reworking it. I feel like I'm jumping around too much. But so this is the passenger side rear fender, and there's some Bondo in this too. I don't know if I can see the front side of it here, but it looks pretty good from there, but you can see they worked this corner a bit. There's the dual Flowmaster exhaust. You see the name on this one here, Flowmaster right there. Try to get my light up here a little quicker. Running boards all look solid. So here's the passenger cab corner. You can see it's got some Bondo in it too. And it looks like it goes up there a little bit too. But the rest of the floor pan's pretty solid. There's one more patch up front that I can show you. It's hard to see, but I'm gonna point it out. And we get over to the driver's side cab corner. You can see it's kind of the same way. I think they did a better job on the inside of the passenger cab corner than this one, because you can see all the mud on the inside of this one, whereas the other one looks nice and solid. Go back and show you that. Maybe that one looks a little cleaner. So anyway, you can see all that metal on the passenger side, looks good. There's the subframe that they put on. I don't know what front end this is, but you know, they bolted it and welded it to the existing frame. You can see that. So here's the driver's side. We can see that a little bit better. But all this metal is in great shape. I was going to tell you, there's one more patch that I found right there. I don't know if you can see it real well, but you can see there's right there, I think just forward, that little section has been cut out and replaced. But for the most part, I think it's all original floor pan. So you don't see any seams anywhere else or any cuts. It all looks good to me. I'll get forward and show you the bottom of the transmission. I think that's a Turbo 350 by the shape of that, the side notched out there. There's the bottom of the small block. You can get up front, you can see the disc brakes on the front end, independent suspension as well. Good rubber. So there's the power steering pump right there. Well, they can see that. It's kind of hard to see with the shadows. There's the bottom of the engine. I'll show you up in the fenders a little bit if I can. It's just a clean truck. I mean, it's not a showpiece, but it's very, very clean and presentable. There's no grease buildup on it or anything. It's just clean. So you can see another view of it looking backward. My light will keep up with me. Hopefully it's not so jumbly. Anyway, there's a look at the rear end from the base and backwards. It's a nice clean truck, and it seems to run really well. I have not driven it yet, but I will get it on the road shortly. We do a road test and all that stuff. We've got to have it serve as a safety check too, so we'll get all that done.
Noisy out here next to the freeway. Anyway, we're going to take this Chevy out. I mean, just look at it. It looks good. It isn't perfect, but it looks good, and I think you'll enjoy driving it. We're going to take it down the freeway. Got a little bit of traffic out there, so it just depends how we do. We're going up over I-5 right now. We're going to go southbound for the second time because somehow or another I hit the button and stopped the videoing when we were going down there. idea which one's the most accurate. So what do you think of this thing?
I like driving it a lot. It's solid, runs good, sounds good. The suspension's a little stiff, but I think that's because they lowered it a bit.
Oh yeah, it's lower than it is stiffer.
But it rides nice. I mean, it tracks down the road good. It's not squirrely or anything. So they did a nice job with the suspension.
So 70, it rolls down the road at 70. As we come into my favorite corner here, 70 to 20. He was doing 30 going around that corner. You can see it's a little bouncy. This camera does a good job taking out that stuff, but it's got to leave some of it in there, so kind of see it a little bit. And this truck is a little bouncy from being lowered. When I drove it, I never had any problem going over any curbs or anything else, but probably something you got to watch and not just take it over anything. Fun. Here comes a 51 Chevy pickup right at me here. It's a good looking truck. It's a driver quality truck. It's not a show truck, but I think you'd be real happy with it. I don't know what to expect from Andrew right now. It's got a little bean, it's got some beans. There it comes back. I mean, you can see it's good and straight. I can see a little misalignment in the hoods there in places, but Overall, it's a good looking car. This has a line lock in it, and he's going to do it that way. I guess it works pretty good. I think you can have a lot of fun driving this thing. Might get in trouble too. Again, we're back at Drager's Clubhouse. I think you can have a good time driving this truck. Thanks for watching our video. Give us a call at 206-533-9600.